Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Discourse podcast, episode 15, where we talk about Bolt's Tournament of Power, Stars Off Stadium Series 1 DK Jungle, Minigame Mondays, Big Balla 4, Net Play Superstars, and what's going on with the Net Play community. Find out after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dingers in Discord podcast, episode number 15, hosted by Raviannn, and with my lovely host as well, Clutch1908. How you doing, man?
We're doing good today, Raviannn. It's been a long day, coming off a couple of late nights playing Mario Baseball. Got a lot of preparation in the pipeline for NBA Cup. By the time this podcast is out, we'll be in full swing, so super excited about that.
So let's get started here with the episode, coming from Bolt's Tournament of Power by Legendary Bolt. It was a multi-day event, I believe.
Yeah, we started on the 10th. We wrapped up on Tuesday night, and it was a full set of what was it? It's like 6 pools of 4 to 5 people, and then a double elim bracket for top. What would that be then? 2 per, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm so bad at math. 12. So it was top 12 on a double elim bracket.
So yeah, this was a tournament for Mario Baseball that featured all players A tier and below. So there was a little ban list for eligibility. I think it was 3 players. So sorry if you're those 3 players, but you're too good for these guys. The winner of the tournament is here in the call, Clutch1908. Man, how did that tournament go for you?
It was a bit of a wild ride. So I guess for a little more explanation, so the idea of Tournament of Power is basically Bolt won Mid-Tier Mania 2 and then immediately announced this tournament, and he took it up a notch. Mid-Tier Mania bans A and S tier. Bolt took S tier plus a couple of people that have been S tier before, even if they're not there this season. So that's kind of what that ban list was. In terms of the actual tournament itself, coasted out of pools, saw the only Matt Gree, and lost him in a 5-3 game in which I lost on exactly 3 pitches. I think it was a solo shot to Bro, a 2-run shot to Petey, and a 2-run shot to King Boo. So sent to losers round, got to fight all the way back from losers round 1. And I don't know what magic I found, but I go on a crazy run and win 7 in a row to win it all.
Yeah, you had to do the double limit style finals. You beat Walrus 13-3 and then 13-8. 13 seems to be your number, man. Taking down Walrus there. Happened
twice in loser side too. 13 is a lucky number in my family, and like I said, I won 7 in a row. 4 of those 7 wins, I scored 13 runs. So I had something looking down on me. I don't know what it was, but it was a good tournament.
Well, hey, thank you, Legendary Bolt, for providing more content for all the Mario Baseball players. Seems like a lot of people enjoyed the bracket and had a good time. Here's your final results listed on the challenge page. Clutch taking it in first place, Walrus second, Flapper at third, fourth, Super, fifth, T-Bling, fifth as well, Matt Gree, and then for 7th place is Sam N and Poke Bunny. So a lot of top names there, a lot of baseball to be played, and moving over to the next tournament, Maury's Stars Off Stadium Series. It's his weekly tournaments, I believe, that he's hosting, and this one was that at DK Jungle. This one as well was another weekly event taking place at DK Jungle for a little single elimination bracket. Clutch, you did play in this one. You want to talk about how this tournament went?
Yeah, so for people that don't know, there has been a Hazardless code floating around for a bit. For a time, it was kind of split up between which stadiums could use it, and we finally got an all-stadium code maybe a couple, 2-3 months ago. It was debuted on Charge the Mountain as an undercard between Peacock and Cokes, and it just kept crashing. And it was so sad because it was such a cool development, and then just over time, I don't even know how much they worked on the code itself. I just think with the improvements made to the Rio client over time, it seemed like the Hazardless code was working better. And so we ran the tournament that night. I don't think we had a single crash because of the Hazardless code. And so we tested out DK Jungle and saw what was different for Stars on meta when you change the stadium.
For the placings on this one, Hellas Hero did take the dub there. 3 games is all it took for him to win there. From round 2. The final results: Files in first, Super in second, Mori and Clutch in third. And then for 5th place, it's Joe Meister, Heckaroni, Sam, and Blam transfer. So, another good tournament, a little fun madness. Hope everyone had a lot of fun for that one.
Yeah, it was a bit of a smaller one, but we saw that DK Jungle, which everyone kind of theorized, but the ball does fly on DK Jungle and Stars off even. Wario becomes a viable home run hitter. PM becomes more of a viable home run hitter than he normally is. It kind of changes the meta a little bit. I didn't see it pulled off, but people were pretty confident that the King Boo Star Swing goes out pretty consistently at DK Jungle. So Hells, the winner of the tournament, said that he thinks KB is the 4th best player on DK Jungle, behind, I think, PD Bro Bowser, knowing him. So it definitely changes things. And so curious to see. Vickless for Stars on Stadium Series happened over a longer period of time with more people. So I feel like more people figured out some like tech. I'm curious to see what will happen in future ones. And I hope more people will turn out for it because new stadiums is fun. Trust me. It's nice to change it up.
Just like another big thing that a lot of people like, a new tournament popping up in the scene, hosted by your one of your favorite TOs, the original TO, Net Play Superstars, Lil Cokes. He put out Minigame Mondays, teaming up with BuffCat70. They're doing the minigame codes that, what did Cokes do? He made like those. I can't think of it now.
So auto golf mode used to only work in exhibition, and now I believe it's been updated to work in wall ball, home run derby, and Bomb derby and barrel batter. Barrel batter has been there for a while, and then I think Bomb derby and wall ball has been recently added. So they have 3 mini games to pick from that should run extremely smoothly on net play because of those changes to auto golf.
And this is a double elimination barrel batter tournament. It's on Start GG, also in the online events chat. This is going to be a different tournament, a little bit of fun. I already see Krazzy's already signed up for this tournament. I think he's going to go crazy. I remember me and him played hella games of barrel batter. Hey, this is going to be a little fun mix-up. I don't think it's going to be a long event. Pretty short. These barrel batter games go, I think, like 4 minutes itself. And currently there's only 5 attendees. So, hey, sign up for this fun tournament. It's going to be a little short one. This one's going to be on Monday, September 26th, as it's Minigame Mondays. So hop on this. Be a fun event.
Yeah.
Like another... Oh, sorry, what?
I was going to say, barrel batter is wide open. I mean, I'm not going to say that Krazzy and Toasty might not run away with it, but I think you put time into it. I think anyone can be competitive at barrel batter. It really is... As much as it is lining up the timing is different than normal Mario baseball. So, and also you're getting straight balls the whole time, so you don't got to worry about movement. You just got to learn how to time up your swing with whatever character you pick, and then it's reading the patterns really quickly. You got to quickly analyze where your stacks of barrels are, where if you don't have a good stack, where can you eliminate a couple barrels to possibly open up a nice combination of the colors. And then obviously when you get the chance at a bomb barrel, locking it down, locking in on it, and hitting that spot. Toasty and I played a lot today, and it's a lot of fun. I have not played much barrel batter in my time, and you could tell because I know Toasty has grinded it out. But I think once you get a rhythm and get a feel for the minigame, I think anyone can be competitive at it. I don't think this is going to be extremely skill locked like normal Mario Baseball is.
Yeah, I can definitely give a +1 to that one. A chem no react, if you will say. I used to play Barrel Better a lot with my homies when I had Smash Fests. We'd play Melee. I'd try to get them to play Mario Baseball, and now they are really into it. But I try to eager them in. Play a little bit of play a little bit of something. They played Barrel Batter, and they loved it. From the beginning, they were going crazy, and they were almost beating me, and they did beat me later on. Like, it's anyone's game as long as you know how to hold up and down the stick and where that's going, and you can time it. Pretty much all you need to do. And with auto golf mode, it fixes all the situations of net play lag. So go for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Just like a tournament that a lot of the net play community likes, Vault Tours Big Balla Mode Tournament number 4. Big prizes, big money. I love it. That's the title of it. Hosted by everyone's favorite, the community champion, Vault Tour 33. That place episode 8 champion there. This is a 9-inning best-of-1 double elimination bracket with 1 to 2 stars on draft, star players on, star skills off. Mario Stadium only. Back to the roots. This is what everyone's asked for with the changes in Big Balla Mode, and it's happening. Clutch, are you excited for this tournament? I know you already signed up for it.
Yeah, extremely excited for it. I think there's 2 really cool things that Baltor's trying out. One, having more strict round deadlines of, instead of just saying, it's like a 3 or 4 day tournament, it's like by each day we are going to be through this round. And if there's any exceptions, that's fine, but it needs to be very openly communicated. You can't just expect to play every round on the final day. It's not going to happen, which I think that will help the tournament run more smoothly. And then the payout structure. So Baltor is accepting a optional buy-in of $5. What the buy-in gives you is the right to some side pools. So any participant can win the bracket money for first, second, third. But then the side money has the following categories. Best offensive performance, which will be based on total hits, home runs, and runs scored. Best pitching performance, which he needs to respell correctly on the challenge page. I'm just reading that. I'll go tell him his copy editor told him to fix it later. Based on ERA, hits allowed, strikeouts, and walks. Biggest upset, similar to the Giant Slayer prize that has been a part of NBA Cup. And then just an overall general raffle, just random, someone's going to win some money. And basically, each of them start at $5. And then for each person that buys into the pool, adds $1 to each of those categories. So I think that's a really cool structure. I think it opens up people to want to buy into the tournament to raise the prize pool, but also feel that they have a shot at winning something, because they don't necessarily have to be one of the top 3 players to get a shot at the prize money.
It's a new format, and I'm all down for this. Baltor really sticking to what tournament rules need to be. And, shout out for using the net play superstars latency requirements. Got to crack down on what's going on. I'm excited for this. I'm excited. I unfortunately cannot watch the tournament as my sister is getting married that weekend. But hey, I'm all down for it. I'll watch the VOD. I'm making some stuff for Baltor right now for the stream, so you see something on there, it's probably made by me. But hey, it's signups are going to end October 3rd at midnight. You have like a week from when this episode airs on the 24th to go and sign up for that. Big Balla 4, October 3rd signups end from the 5th to the 7th. Go for it, guys.
There's no truer love than the love that this community has for Big Balla. So you should be celebrating that while also celebrating your sister's wedding.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna have some Big Balla hype. I'll be able to watch it after the practice dinner or like whatever's going on the day before. But a big event is also coming up. NetPlay Superstars 12, hosted by Little Cokes and myself. It's going to be from October 7th to the 16th. Sign up for that now. I think we've already said that way enough. StartGG/MPSS12. Go for it. We have 40 attendees. Let's try to break the record.
Yeah, we're already 40 strong. New net player moment. I didn't look at what the last one was. I can do that really quickly. But I think the ahead of time deadline was really helpful. I think it's allowed people to plan out their schedules, allowed them to get ahead on signups. But if you haven't done so already and you forget that MPS 12 is around the corner, this is your chance to go sign up. Last tournament had 49. So if we can get to 50, we break MPS 11. And then the record is I think 74 for MPS 10. Yes. So we can do it. I mean, I think we got the room to do it. We got the room to do it.
Sign up now. I don't care what's going on. I'm making some time for it. You can. The biggest Stars Off tournament, the longest running Stars Off tournament. Get your ass in there. Join now. And I think that does it for all the tournaments coming up. We do have a viewer comment to go over, but before that happens, I have a little self-plug I want to do. I'm hosting a LAN this weekend on the 24th, the day this episode comes out. If you want to watch some Mario Baseball, I will be hosting a stream for Melee and Mario Baseball starting at 6 p.m. Head over to that stream, twitch.tv/Raviannn, if you want to watch some LAN, Mario Baseball, and Melee. Sorry, but I had to go for it.
Speaking of LAN Mario Baseball, Raviannn, did you happen to see what was posted in NetPlay General the other day?
No, I have the server muted currently.
Joe Baseball, the community steward for Dinger City, I would say, as much as all of them are very active in the community in terms of active in net play, it seems like Joe is the most in tune. Said that LAN events coming soon. There was a lot of Birdo Eye reacts to that.
Nice.
He said something to the effect of looking at every other month or something like that. I'm gonna assume that's gonna be in the Long Island area, but if you didn't see that in the Discord, no official announcement yet. I'm not gonna say anything super imminent, but I know at least some of the DC boys have been working hard on making a somewhat regular LAN event schedule be a reality, and it sounds like they're getting closer by the fact that Joe publicly said something, so that's exciting.
And this kind of moves into what our viewer comment was. One of our longtime fans and supporters of this podcast, T-Bling, left a comment for us to talk about here. And I thank you for doing this. This is a very good topic to bring up on the show today. Stating, would be curious to get your guys' thoughts on this for the next podcast. Is anyone else a little concerned or wondered why we have less people playing ranked net play? These are the number of ranked players so far for each season. With 3,400 Discord members and seemingly more net play tournaments than ever, I would expect Season 3 numbers to be higher. I don't know how long Season 2 lasted or versus how far along we are into Season 3 though. Season 1 having 126 ranked net play placed players. Season 2, 259 ranked net play placed players. And Season 3 is 108 ranked net play placed players. If you guys have any ideas on how to keep newer players playing and more people involved, please let me know. Now, this isn't just meant for us on the podcast. This is meant for everyone listening to this right now. And if you're in the server, shoot a DM to T-Bling or any moderator or make a support ticket in the server. Talk about your ideas because we're a community. We stick together and this is what we need to do. I have my thing. Clutch, do you have your thing, or do you want to go first? Or want me to go first?
I can give a little more context before we go into what we think could be done differently.
Go for it.
So T-Bling brought up a great point about the raw numbers, but I was talking about this with someone the other day, and I apologize for not having the actual numbers up in front of me, but we're going to paraphrase a little bit here. It was like 260 people in Season 2. we took a look at it. The board it was somewhere between like 60 and 70 people that had 10 games or less. I think this season there's like only 10 or 15 people with 10 games or less. And actually a lot of them are like people like at the time, like Hells, Jason, a few other bigger players that just haven't done ranked so far this season that, I wouldn't even count them towards being like inactive or turned away. But it felt like, and it's just the reality of the influx from Foolish Bailey and the Action video that we had a lot of people that got introduced to Mario Baseball. They dipped their toes into it. They got on the board and then they just petered off, whether they're still on the server and just not playing, or they came from Dinger City after seeing those videos, tried out some net play, and then realized they're just really more fans of the game and they keep watching Dinger City content. Not quite sure where those people went, but they're not playing now is the point. But the general numbers that I've seen, and I haven't had a recent look at this, but the games played by day and the games played cumulatively over time comparatively to each season, season 3 and season 2 are pretty similar in terms of games played per day. So basically it's less people playing overall, but those people that are playing more games than they did ever before because we're keeping up with the same rate of games. So I think in terms of community health, I think the community is extremely healthy. I think the people that are playing net play are extremely committed and are having a great time with it. I think the people that aren't playing ranked are playing in a lot of the tournaments we see. I actually think the influx of more tournaments is turning people off of ranked, and that is okay. I think there's some people that don't have a lot of time for ranked, and usually the way they kind of like fill their craving for Mario Baseball in between big tournaments like MPS, which is pretty much all you had before, was to play, a few sessions of ranked every once in a while. And that's how they got on the board. Now it's a tournament almost every week that you can enter that's either stars off or stars on. If you want to only play 1 or 2 nights of baseball a week, those tournaments can be your fill right there. And so I think that's the context we need to look at as we compare the numbers. Now, do I think the second part of Team Link's question, which is how do we introduce new members better to net play, and how do we have a better percentage of the server be involved in net play when we're over 3,000 strong and our net play numbers are under 200, which is not a great ratio if you're thinking math. I think that's an excellent conversation to have. And Raviannn, I would love to hear your thoughts first on that.
Yeah. So you made a great point. You have Foolish Bailey and the Action Esports video put like hundreds of thousands of people into a knowledge of this, okay? Most of those people are people that watch YouTube content. They take it in. It could be a recommended video. Like, oh, I played this as a kid, but I have no more interest. And they go on their way, okay? Then you have that like 10% of the people, or 5%, that take it, are super interested, and find their way into the ecosystem, okay? They find their way in, they play a couple games, they relive their childhood, they relive their past memories, they're done, okay? You gotta have a steady growth, and if we don't have those big groups of people coming in now, like you said, it's gonna diminish. Another big way we get people into the server is from Dinger City, but like I said, most people, I'm sorry if you are a Dinger City member, but most people are watching you guys either for your personality or because they don't, or your skill. There are a lot of skilled people in there, but a lot of really good personalities in Dinger City too. So that's what they're doing. They're watching that. They don't want to play the game. They more want to watch your personality and how you act while you're playing the game. That makes sense. So the people that are joining this Discord are clicking the link in the description because they want to interact with the community, but it's also a Mario baseball server as well as the Dinger City, so it's kind of mixed. You have 3,400 people that you don't know if they're net play players or if they are like Dinger City fans, and you can go to the self-assigned roles and say, oh, are these people net players? But like, you go there, there's 500 new net players. I'm guessing that's 500-ish Dinger City players that like play the game, sometimes, and you have 144 net players. And some of those people are new players as well. So I would say those 144 people of net players are actually playing the game. And sometimes some people can't play because they have different stuff going on with school and stuff. I'm saying that 100 player mark makes sense right now. The rest are people from different parts of Mario Baseball or different parts of other communities that play it once and they're done. I feel like if you want to grow the community, there needs to be a separate server for each thing, saying we have a Project Rio server, we have a Dinger City server, we have a YouTube Discord server, and we have a game server. The game server needs to have a Twitter account. There needs to be someone on that Twitter account engaging with the community. There needs to be a game. If there's a Twitter account for the game, there needs to be a Twitch account for the game, and the major tournaments need to go on that Twitch account. And then we need to have producing. I'm doing that right now, but we need more people doing that type of stuff so we can get more work done. Even the smaller stuff. I mean, I'm not saying like your normal Twitch stream for like a tournament is bad, but the more professional you look, the more people will like what's going on, and they'll going into that. That's my thing. If you have something looking bad, no one's gonna want to be engaged in that product. If something's looking nice, they'll stay and enjoy longer. So you gotta separate the communities, in my opinion. Not necessarily like separate it, but like there needs to be Mario Baseball Project Rio server, and it needs to be under Project Rio. And then there needs to be a Dinger City Discord for your Dinger City players and your community fans. That's my opinion on that. Let's shoot it over to Clutch.
I think splitting the community is a really interesting idea. And I know it's come up recently. There's been some talk from the Dinger City folks about splitting it up and making their own server adjacent for more specific Dinger City content and Dinger City conversations. I have been on the record saying this to their faces when I saw this at the meetup. I love the Dinger City boys and anyone in Dinger City. I think they're excellent personalities. I love their content. I love what they're doing. I cannot consistently watch their content because I already play so much Mario Baseball. There's only so much more that I can watch. And so I almost wonder if the reverse is true of if you already watch so much Dinger City, how much do you want to play the game? Like,
exactly. Perfect statement, Clutch.
And so, like as I said, I'm like, because I like their personality so much, usually the content I try and get from Dinger City is I usually try and pop in their live streams when I can, because I can actually interact with them as people, because I think they're awesome. And I'm watching playoffs a little bit more right now because I did the prediction challenge. And I mean, this is going to be some of the best Dinger City baseball, and there's a really easy storyline to follow in terms of me. So like that will interest me and that will keep me going. But then there are the diehard Dinger City fans that will watch every video, and I'm so glad they're there because all those boys deserve all the love that they can get. And so I'm glad that they have that passionate fan base. But yeah, I think luckily there's a good enough foundation for both groups that splitting off now I don't think would hurt either one. I think it would just better consolidate what they're trying to do and give them a better idea of how to reach the people that they need to reach, and make feel included in the community. You brought up the giant influx of people from some of the media content you get, and you kind of brought up a great point, and I kind of want to have people visualize this, is bringing people into a community like this through what I'm going to call marketing efforts. I mean, it's really cool content anyways, but at the end of the day, it's kind of marketing efforts for our community. It's a funnel effect. How many impressions do you get? That's the top level. And the next level down is, okay, how many people actually watch like the full videos? Okay, that's the next level down. The next level down is then, okay, how many of those people went from the Action video or the Foolish Bailey video to Dinger City? That's like the next level down. And then how many of the people that went to Dinger City went into the Discord? That's the next level down. And then after you get there, how many of those people decide to play net play? Okay, that's the next level down. And then how many of those people are still playing net play and playing consistently? And now you're like, after you started with like a funnel of like maybe like 1,000 people or something like that entering the Discord, we're probably down to like 75 to 100 that consistently play net play still, like after that influx, if that. Like that's not like a great return, but like that's pretty typical for like a funnel system of exposing people to an idea or exposing people to a community. And so it's not unexpected. And I guess my thing is, in terms of like engaging new players and catering to as many things that people want as possible when they join the server, I wish the influx happened now instead of then. The problem is, I don't think the server would be where it is now if it wasn't for the influx then, because we brought in people with lots of ideas and things like that. But now we were talking about it. I think the best way to include new players and to make them want to stay in the community and stay active is give them a choice of multiple things. Because here's the thing is, when we came into the server, Raviannn, you and I, if you weren't competing for the top spot in stars off or stars on, what really was there for you? Unless you really loved the game and really loved competing, even if you were a C, B, D tier player. I'm sorry, the way I play the game and the way I like my leisure time, I'm playing to win. If I was not a top 10 player in the server, I don't know if I would have stuck with it. I'm going to be completely honest, because that's what appeals to me. So I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that are the same way. So now that there's so many different events, now there's NBA Cup that specifically tries to match up people close in skill level early on the tournament, so that way you have a good experience early before then you run into some of the titans of the server. You have Hazardless tournaments happening for stars off. You have the Stadium Series for stars on. You have Bro League. You have Toy Field tournaments that have happened. I mean, we've had the stars off all-star game. Duplicate characters. I know Bori has this idea for Dingus draft, where you bid on how many Paragoombas you're willing to take, and then as many Paragoombas you take, you then get consecutive picks after that. So if you take 4 Paragoombas, you get 4 picks after that before your opponent even gets to pick their first character. Like, there is so many things now that people can get drawn to and attached to, even if they're not a top stars off or stars on player, that can appeal to them and can have them have a fun time. There's Big Baller mode that was kind of resurrected. There was, I know, 1 before we joined the server, but now there's been 3 since we've joined the server, and back from March to now in September, so half a year. That's a much better rate than before. So like, I would love to see another influx, and I don't know if people noticed, but the Mario Baseball Club has partnered with Inten Hub, which is a Discord server that is not a community. The only thing they allow is for you to post a link to another Discord server based on Nintendo titles. So there's now a Mario Baseball channel that links directly to our Discord. There's also like Strikers, Fire Emblem, Pokemon. I mean, just to give you an idea of what game, Metroid. So like the whole idea is basically, do you not know where to find the community for one of your favorite games? Here it is. And so I hope that brings us more players. I feel like it might already be working. I've been seeing a lot more of the new green leaves popping up around the server the past day or so. But that's kind of my thing, is if we had another influx like we did with Action or Foolish Bailey, I think we'd be much better equipped to hold in more net players than we did before, because I think there's more things that can appeal to more people. And so I would like us to have that chance. Also, I think the server has evolved in a way just in terms of community and being accepting and having more personalities to make people feel like they're interacting with people. You know, the hardest thing when you join a new server is wondering where things are, and there's not really anyone to talk to bring it up with you. But now that there's so many active people every day, you can get your questions answered in an instant if you're at any reasonable hour, and even at unreasonable hours, sometimes there's people up that can help you out. So I would like us to have another shot at another big influx and see how many people we can keep interested in net play, because I think that'd be really helpful for community growth. But thankfully, regardless of an influx or not, we have a healthy community. So it's just, can we grow it? That's the next thing to figure out.
Do you have any idea of what we would do to grow the community next? Like, I have an idea, but I don't know if you do.
It would have to be a really good exposure to a LAN event, I think. I don't think we can just do another, like, oh, who do we partner with on YouTube to put a video out about the Mario baseball scene? I don't think doing a third one of those would be super effective. It would definitely bring in new people, but we've already hit the YouTube algorithm a couple times. Having an in-person event that shows faces of the community and shows the vibrance and the vibe of the community as we're playing Mario baseball together, I think that is what will draw some people in. And so I know we don't have a super great way to do an in-person event right now, because to get a large in-person event, you need a lot of people that can afford to travel to a singular place to meet up and have the schedule open to do it. And like we said, we only have 100 or so active net players. Even if you have some more people beyond that don't normally play net play, that would come for in-person events, like say a Dennis from Dinger City, people like that. I don't know how bigger we could get than like 50 people with a really great turnout. I think being able to show off an event with 80 to 120 people, I think, would be the way to really show people that this is a strong community. We have a really fun time, and you should come hang out with us and be a part of it.
I think, in my opinion, a good way to reach out is Riley's idea. He wants to do a tournament where he gets a bunch of Melee content creators and streamers together to put the game out. I think it's great. You're targeting an audience that's in the same exact ecosystem as you are and was in the exact same place as they were. Slippy and Project Rio are like almost the exact same thing in what they're trying to do, and it's like the exact same like people, in my opinion. So if Riley, this is a message to you. Clip it, send it to him. Get your fucking tournament together so we can grow the community, because I feel like doing that is going to be a big way to get into the community. That's it. Or anyone else make a tournament like that. I was even thinking of making a Melee tournament hosted on the Mario Baseball community account, if we make that, just to get people into Mario Baseball.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, I mean, I don't want to like say that, you know, there's a lot of room to fit into, because I feel like we've already taken some Melee people, but like that's definitely a community that we've seen success with. There's a lot of crossover of people that played the game previously that are now competitive Melee players, and so another competitive environment for them just makes sense. And maybe it's a game that they're even more passionate about or had more fun with as a kid. So I definitely think that would be a great avenue for us to go if we could get the names to come hang out with us.
Well, I think that's going to be it for this week. You have anything to add?
Yeah. I love where this community is. I'm glad we have what we have, but yeah, definitely chime in the comments below. Send Teebling some messages. Sorry, Teebling, if your DMs somehow get flooded with ideas, but I'm sure you'll take them. And yeah, I would love to hear what other people say, because I just talked about it. The reason that we have so much variety of tournaments is because we have so many more people with ideas now. So in the spirit of hearing as many perspectives and ideas as possible, don't be silent. Even if you think it might only bring in 5 people or make 5 more people get active in net play, share it, because you never know how effective it could be.
share, share, share. That's going to be it for the Dingers and Discourse podcast, episode 15, hosted by me and Clutch1908. If you enjoyed it, give us a like or a subscription on the YouTube. Rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Hit us up in the comments of YouTube with your viewer comment. We'll answer it on the next episode. Other than that, that's all I have today before I just keep messing up what I'm saying. As I always say, adios and goodbye. Thank you for watching the Mario Superstar Baseball podcast. If you enjoyed this one, you can look at the other one that will be right in front of you right here. Yes, right in front of your face. Make sure to watch that episode. I'm not lying. Please watch that episode. It's right in front of you. Just click the goddamn button.